That's
I
what I
did.
should do.
He did.
That was a commercial
He did say,
from the
yeah.
90s.
Hi everyone. We are live. We're talking about bean footage from the '90s. Some of you may remember that good old Steak and Shake ads. Quality,
Bush's baked beans, I
or was
think.
it which was baked beans? What was it? There was one on Steak and Shake that they had an ad that did a thing too, and I don't remember what that was. But either way, welcome everyone. It's Tomb of Annihilation time. We are not in the Tomb of Annihilation, but we are in a creepy mine full of kobolds and adventurers. And the adventurers so far are killing the kobolds, but they're only halfway down the mine. Uh, let's go ahead and meet these adventurers, who may or may not be on a crazy kobold genocidal adventure here. Um, First up, we've got Tom. Who are you tonight, Tom?
Well, assuming you're not talking to the doctor, um, my name is Adan. I am a tiefling warlock, and currently I am experiencing the trauma of losing my husband, and I am taking that rage and sadness out on would-be worshippers of Tiamat.
Indeed. Uh, James, who are you for us tonight?
Hey everybody, I'm James. I'll be playing Jharas. He is a fighter, he is a barbarian, he is a triton, and he's killing kobolds. I'm feeling sad about it.
uh,
Killing other folk.
yep. Brad, who have you got for us tonight?
Well, yeah, I have to remember the voice. I'm Red. I'm a war cleric. I don't like kobolds too much myself because they're nuisances themselves, but they always bring trouble.
Indeed. And then last but not least, we have Dr. Science himself, Doc. Who have you got for us this evening?
Hello, my name is Sky. More properly, Cloudy Sky at Sunrise. I am a cool cat from down under, and I have very sharp claws and a very silly accent.
Excellent. Not joining us tonight is, of course, Patsy. She's going to be off for a few weeks here. So we will be, her character Galia is going to be stepping out into the wider world of adventuring for a few weeks until we are able to have Patsy back with us. But when she is here, she plays Galia Dehaven, a tiefling paladin of Lathander, who's all about the light and says she does good things, but then sometimes doesn't. Also, along with the group, we have Quilgok, who is a turtle guide, and his pet Ankylosaur's deadly treasure. And of course, there is Dawn Greeter Korn, the shield guardian, who is Galia's companion. Several of these have waited outside the mine at this point. We will see what happens here. Let's take you guys into the mine itself. Let's see, it's somewhere here there it is, the Wormheart Mine. Let's take you to there. Yeah, well, things that you as the player may not know yet, but
You YRM by chance?
I couldn't possibly comment on this. Just as an overview, last time you cleared out kind of this first level of there was mine carts, all sorts of things, giant boulders that chased after you, and skunks tossed out of crates. Ultimately, you cleared out this first level, and you have climbed the stairs. There have been a few kobolds who opposed you here, but you are now down. Partially down about 150 feet above the ground at the bottom of this mine shaft. That is where the adventure finds you currently. So,
Well, I think now would be a good time to rest. I need a moment to collect myself.
I have no objection.
I do not know how the rest of you have fared. Last time I remember you guys like being covered in blood or something. I remember it was kind of like a real bad fight. Looking at your guys' HP bar doesn't seem like that, but I don't know.
Yeah, Galia
I think
got
that-
pretty beat up. But I think you guys actually did take a short rest, perhaps, or she got some healing from somewhere. Maybe she laid hands on or something.
I think she did do some of that.
Yeah. And otherwise, yeah. What would you guys are wanting to look at taking a short rest, or what are you after here?
Yeah, Adon would like a short rest.
All right.
That's fine with me.
So you're going to kind of use this room that's kind of maybe a little bit set up. Is that the plan? Are you headed back to the top of the mine? Like, what is it you would like to try to do here?
Adon would probably talk about the alcove here. It's kind of hidden away, so if someone's patrolling by, they're not going to see us unless we're in here.
Yeah, I mean, Red can stay on guard because he doesn't actually need to rest anyway, so he's still feeling spry.
I think this might be the point where Galia heads back up to the surface to go check on Quilgok, perhaps, for the remainder of the time for now. All right, yeah, spin those hit dice, get some warlocks in the party, can get some spells back. All right, yeah, you spend an hour kind of camped out here. That is definitely going to happen.
Yeah, I guess Adon would spend the hour sort of quietly in the corner, because I think in the party things might be just a teeny bit awkward.
Okay.
But after that, he would, come out ready to roll.
All right. Very good.
Good. Red and Sky, are you two ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready whenever anybody else is.
Yep,
Jharas?
And Jharas says nothing, but walks up and joins you.
I guess at this point, Adon would try and move forward quietly.
All right. Go ahead and do that, then. Roll a stealth check for me, Adon.
Oh my, 22.
All right, yeah. You kind of step out into the corridor here. To your right, the mine tracks go up into the area above, and as you kind of step around this corner, you'll see the opening of this shaft going down 125 feet below you. Additionally, you will spot that over to the north of you, there are some kobolds who are on the tracks up in this area to the north of you. They look like they are a little bit on edge and kind of obviously they are aware that there was fighting going on above them.
A boulder came down the road.
Right, yeah, like one of their traps got set off, definitely all of that sort of thing.
Sky, how far away are they within your range to take out relatively quietly?
Are you talking about arrows or are you talking about spells?
Well, most spells I know go boom, so arrow, yes. The Adon will take his long sword and sort of focus on it for a moment, and it'll shift into a very large crossbow.
Red will whisper, "What? Where are they? I have a crossbow." So they're probably in range.
Yeah, the two that I can see right now are in range, but I think one's kind of hiding behind a pillar.
Adon's gonna try and like dart over and hide in the alcove over here.
Mm-hmm.
Did you happen to see what's in this room just to the south of where you're standing now?
Right there where the ping is.
Yes.
I had looked through there and didn't find too much.
Yeah, it's just more of a kind of a sleeping hovel for kobolds. All of this is kind of a big camp for kobolds. You would imagine this is like where they sleep and that kind of thing.
Okay. My concern was, are there more of them in there?
Oh no, I killed those.
Yeah, good work. So, do we want to set the ball rolling then? I can just take out, or I can give this first one something to think about.
On 3.
This sounds like it's probably time to roll a little bit of initiative, doesn't it?
Yep, you zoom.
Wow, good job, guys.
Yeah, we're quick.
Yep. You're on the ball.
Very good. All right. So go ahead. I'll let you guys make kind of your approaching attacks here, and then we can get into initiative order.
That's a lot of gold balls.
Yeah, I can only see 2 of them. I don't know what the bronze background versus silver background means.
Pay no attention
Just like
to the...
just like in WoW, the different colored.
I'm sure it's just decorative.
I'm sure it means absolutely nothing.
All right. In that case, Adon and I and Red are doing some kind of ranged attack on 3. Was that what I heard?
Yep, that was the plan.
Yep, yeah, so I guess pretty much the one we see, right?
Yeah, that's I'll actually because I have a better range, I can see this guy fairly well. I'll make an attack on the one further back.
Well, I've got 300 feet with no penalty, so.
Okay.
So do we want to treat this as a surprise round? So Red, then Adon, then Sky, then we start at the top?
Yep, exactly. Let's do that. So go ahead, Red, make your attack.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll do the one out in the open with my crossbow. I don't think I will use inspiration at the moment. That did I have? I think I had divine favor.
It has been an hour.
It has
We
been
could
an
take a
hour.
rest.
Oh, right, yeah, okay. Probably not now.
Yep.
Unless, of course, I cast it again.
16 is going to hit. So that is 9 damage. That is going to hit this kobold, and you kind of see him fly backwards from the strength of your crossbow bolt. That is going to kill him.
Wow. One down.
One down, indeed. Sky, did you want to go next, or Adon? Do you have a preference who goes
I
next?
figured initiative order.
All right. In which case, we'll go. We'll go Adon next then. Jharas, I don't know if you had a ranged attack you were planning on at all. I cannot hear you, James.
There's the button.
You guys didn't hear that?
No.
No, I don't have a wrench.
Okay. Dawn, so that is going to hit. Your 19 will hit this guy back here behind this column for 13 damage. That
I know
will,
what she's having.
yeah, that will kill him as well. All right, yeah. That brings up Sky.
I can't see any more from where I am, so let me count. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can go to here. Yep, he's within 80 feet, so I'll try a short bow shot at that fella back there.
Okay.
And I'll miss.
Are we technically unseen attackers? I don't know if. Well, I guess you didn't roll stealth, but
Yeah, you are, but there's also kind of a kind of an element of like partial cover and stuff to this, so we're gonna go with the critical miss on it. All right. The cry from below is going to come up as you kill these things. They obviously are making noises as they die and that sort of thing. It would appear that several kobolds have kind of prepared a guard here, and they are going to mount a defensive against you. They've just been waiting for you to advance here, where they could have possibly the advantage on this.
Well, that sounds better than an offensive.
Yeah. Let's see. This one, he's actually going to. He's going to fly over here. The winged ones are. They've got a thing that they got going on here.
Fly.
Yeah, they are winged. This one is going
There's
to.
your difference.
Yeah, this one is going to fly over here to Sky. He does not get an attack because of that. He was using his dash action. This one is going to do the same thing. From down about 50 feet below you, a couple of kobolds are going to run out onto this platform that you can see. They are going to... Let's see, this one is going to take his sling, and he's going to sling at a dawn, I believe.
would he be able to see me from where I am? If he's 50 feet down, I'm like hugging the wall.
All right. Fair enough. He will ready an action to anyone who comes into range. I'll allow that. Let's see. This kobold is going to kind of run out here, and he's going to ready an attack. Let's see. This winged one. He is going to fly up over here by Sky as well. This kobold is also going to ready an attack for anyone that he can see. Jharas is up.
During the short rest, Jharas had cleaned off his face. All of the blood that was there is gone, and he's going to charge up, sort of unemotionally, and just run up to this first flying kobold and take an attack.
Okay. That is a hit.
I'm going to go ahead and make that a. Give me one moment. I'm going to make that a menacing attack.
Okay.
Boom. So that's an additional 5 for 11 damage.
All right. That is going to kill this one. It is ultimately menaced and frightened to the point of death.
I run up to it, I take my glaive, stick it into the kobold, and just throw it down into the pit. And then I'm going to action surge and attack the next kobold.
All right. As you are here on the edge of this, walkway, I think these other kobolds are going to get their attack against you.
Fair enough.
But that is going to be a crit on that one. So you're going to take 2 sling attacks. They are going to be at normal because you are not within 5 feet of the other kobold. So 22, I would imagine, hits.
Do I have any cover since they're below us? Like any partial cover? I mean, a 22 is going to hit unless it's at disadvantage.
I think. I think you're. If you were up against the wall, you would. I think as you're kind of out here by where they're flying by the edge, you would not have cover.
Fair enough. I'll take that -6, and I will throw this next kobold down to the bottom.
Yeah. He is also going to just die as he falls through this pit into the bottom of this chamber. All right. Let's see. The winged kobold up here.
I think the ones below know something's going on now.
Red, you were up.
Okay. Let's see. I think I can do any other. Yeah. I will bless the 3 of you guys.
Very good. Yeah, each of you has bless.
Oh, baby.
And that's let's see here. Let's go. What am I gonna do? Well, I'm assuming that's all stones flying by Jharas, so I'm gonna
Definitely.
kind of edge along the. I'll just go up to here, sort of thing, along the edge
Okay.
of the wall. Yeah, I think that's all I can do since I did a main spell
All right.
for an action. So
Guy is going to prepare an action as well. As well.
There's some kind of automatic concentration thing. Is that? Do you have to do that or?
Let's see. If you have a spell with concentration, I can set that for you real quick. You just have to turn on that icon on your token, and it should automatically caution you. All right, Adon is up.
Alright, Dan will probably just detect the one he can see, the one right in front of him, and he will shoot it in its ugly face. A 21 to hit.
That will hit.
For 8 piercing magical damage, there is a sort of sigil that glows in front of the crossbow, and no bolt actually physically comes out, but instead it's some sort of magic projectile.
Excellent. Yeah, you killed this guy completely. And no more kobolds are fluttering around you at this point. Sky?
I will take a shot at this one right here, I think.
All right. That is a hit.
That'll be 7.
That is going to kill it. He just falls there onto the platform. Do you want to use any of your movement?
I think that I will. 2, 3, 4.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Adon probably would have moved as well.
I already saw them, so I'll finish my move.
Okay. Yep. As you move into the line of sight here, both of these had prepped attacks for anyone coming around you here. Let's see. This one is, well, actually only one of them has a ranged attack. This one is going to throw or use his sling at you. That is a 14.
That will miss.
All right. All right. Very good. This guy is going to fly down here. And he's going to take his little... you know what? He's got a rock that he's holding in his hands. And he's going to try to drop it on you from above.
I'm sorry, did you say wok? Is this kobold a chef?
It's a wok. It's full of stir fry. It's got little tofu action going on in it.
Hot grease.
Hot grease. That is going to miss, fortunately.
Yeah, I'll have the Kung Pao, thanks.
Yeah. But he is flying high enough that he would be probably out of reach of your melee attacks. Let's mark him as flying here. We'll give him some wings. As is this one, who is also going to come flying at you with more rocks gripped in his hands. He's going to try to drop those also on Sky. 19, I believe, will hit.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Yeah, these rocks kind of bounce off of your skin, causing minor bruising. That's six points of damage. And this kobold over here, he's going to see Sky as well, and he is going to, with advantage because of pack tactics, he's going to use a sling to attack Sky. That's a 23 for 4 more damage. All right. This kobold is going to come running around here. He is going to take his dagger, and he's going to attempt to stab Sky with it. That's a critical miss. Actually, no, it's a critical hit.
For him to get there, he would have to run through me.
I mean, he could step here and then here.
I mean, that's pretty close to the edge. I think he needs to make an acrobatics check, right?
All right, fair. Oh, that's the wrong one. We can have him do that. I mean, that's enough to stay on the bridge. So that's going to be 7 more piercing damage to Sky.
Actually, I will take Adon's advice here. If they're flying and out of melee range, they're not pack tactic.
That's a good point.
Candidates.
Yeah, okay, so that is a miss. That's a good point. Fair enough. This one is going to run around to the edge over here. Not there. He's going to move there. He does have clear line of sight on to Sky. So he's also going to use a sling, this time with pack tactics. That is a 14, which will miss. Jharas is up.
Okay. Jharas silently runs. Let me see how far.
You gonna leap from the platform?
Sorry. Roll20 is being a bit strange for me right now.
I was gonna say, if you can get the running start, you can jump like your strength, basically, but not
Not
probably
that
not
far.
probably not 30 feet.
Trying to move him up here.
Yeah, I don't know. That would have been cool. The leap across the chasm.
Great. So I can just run right up to here. and I'm going to. I just want to shove this kobold off the side.
Yeah. Okay. Shove is good. That's a
I was thinking
good.
about that myself.
No, that's a good one. Go ahead and you can roll a athletics check, and he will oppose it and see what happens.
Oh, just a 10. It's a bad roll. Wait, can I use my inspiration?
Sure.
22.
Oh.
All right, that is going to work. That's going to be enough. This thing is going to fall screaming into the ground below it. It's 125 feet to land below you here. Even if it rolls, ones on everything, that's going to be enough to kill this thing. So it is going to fall to its doom below. Anything else for your turn?
Jharas just sort of takes a step closer to the edge and looks down at it and then steps back.
All right. Let's see. This winged kobold, he is going to fly over here, batting his little fake dragon wings. He is going to also try to drop a rock onto Sky. That is a 14. That's also going to miss. Red is up.
Okay, I'm gonna move up. Just trying to keep close to the edge here. I will do a little healing word for Sky, and I will shoot at that kobold with my crossbow.
Well, 22 will hit. Which one was it? The one right in the middle?
The
Furthest, closest
bottom one.
Yeah, okay. That is definitely going to hit. This one also is going to fall to the floor of the mine shaft below.
Okay, that is it.
All right. Kobold over here. He's going to step around this way. You guys are kind of back. Yeah, he's just gonna ready a shot to see if anybody comes into any kind of range of him. This one still has clear sight over to Sky. So that is another sling attack. 19 for 5 damage. Adon.
Alright, Adon will run forward his 30 feet. Right here is fine. And he will shoot this kobold here in the back with a crossbow.
Yep.
20
Yep.
for 8 magical damage.
Also killing this one is going to flutter to the ground with a crossbow sticking clean through him.
And I think that will end my turn.
All right, Sky.
Sky is going to come up next to Adon over here and then fire an arrow back at the kobold that's still in the air there.
An 11 is actually going to miss.
Let me add a d4 to that.
Oh, yeah, I was going to mention.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I would have had bless when I made my attack roll for the athletics.
Well, you still have bless. You haven't used it yet, so. All right. Yep, that is
15.
a hit. Yep, that is a hit. 7 damage. That is going to kill this one as well. You continue to charge through the kobolds, tearing them apart as you race down into the mine deeper and deeper.
It will use enough. Like a sentence is a free action, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like there's some kind of trap around the bend over here. Don't go too far.
All right. This one is going to ready an attack, as will this one. Jharas is up.
Jharas just walks forward a bit to catch up with the others. And that's it.
All right. Red.
What we got? 25. Yeah. I'll move. 25. So I don't see anything. Let's see. I think we're doing okay. Health-wise, mostly. Alright, I'll hold a crossbow attack. Or, well, hold an attack. I guess crossbow. Just in case I see something in range that I can attack.
All right. Well, that's what these kobolds are basically going to do as well. They're going to, they're kind of ducking behind this rock and just like readying attacks on anyone that they can see. Adon. So this room that you're coming up on here, what you see ahead of you, there is another kind of small room, has a little fire sconce in the wall. It looks like another living quarters for the kobolds, basically. It's basically just as messy as all of the others. Up ahead there is a waterfall that is flowing into this chamber, and right behind the tracks that move around, the waterfall kind of crashes into the area below.
I see. So the water is, I can't see it, probably coming from there, and then it's flowing out underneath the tracks there?
Correct, like down exactly to the next level.
Okay. Yeah, Adon's going to move here then.
Mm-hmm.
And I can barely see them, but, well, that's probably just the lighting. I guess I will attack one of these guys if I can see them.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, they're below you. If you can see them, they can see you, however. So they will also be taking attacks back on you.
Sure, yeah. You can go ahead and do those first, since
Yep.
I think their trigger was seeing me.
Yep. Let's see.
18 just hits.
All right, so that's 3 damage. That is another 3 damage. And then, yeah, that guy is also in range. That is going to be... does a 17 hit?
Yeah, 17 hits.
All right, so...
Was that 4 people?
Oh, sorry, no, it was only the 3. So I don't know why that 4th one rolled. Yeah, so 11 damage total.
And Adon sort of runs out there and suddenly gets riddled with arrows. Kavatsva!
Yeah.
And he'll train his crossbow on the first one who attacked him and just shoot a bolt out. Oh my. Adon's angry.
That is a critical hit, yes. 10 damage is just going to kill this first kobold. But kill him it will.
Yeah, Don's suddenly regretting using all his movement to get out the gate here.
Alright, Sky is up.
Sky can get to right there. Actually, probably here is a better idea. And take a shot at that one.
Alright.
Don't forget bless.
Don't need bless.
Don't need it with a 21. 5 damage. Your arrow catches this one kind of like in the shoulder, and he's going to kind of fall back just a little bit. He is still up, but bloody.
The first one that wasn't one shot.
He is not going to like taking that shot from you. He is going to wheel back with his with his sling, and he is going to attempt to try to hit you, Sky, with it. 16. Yeah, this rock is just going to kind of like wheel at you and slam into your side. 3 damage. Jharas.
Okay, Jharas is going to move. And I will produce from my pack a coconut, and I'm going to throw it at this this bloodied kobold.
Roll for coconut.
Roll for coconut.
I think it's basically just a...
Yeah, it's an improvised weapon.
That's what's so great about D&D.
Where did you see a token named Cultist?
I saw you trying to slyly hide it down there.
No.
You're having flashbacks to the last game.
Yeah, that is a hit. For 8 damage, this coconut is going to bean this kobold. What does this look like?
Jharas just walks, just sort of, he's not in any huge rush. He's walking out past Sky and Adon, and he looks out at the kobold in front of him, sort of just grimaces as he takes out a coconut and just throws it right at the kobold, hits him in the head. Immediately, like it cracks on the kobold's head, and like the 2 halves of the coconut fall down into the shaft, and this bump, this large bump comes out of the kobold, and there's birds flying around his head, and he spins around, and he just falls off the thing that he's on top.
Nice. Porky Pig comes out of the center. That's all, folks.
Yep.
I like it. All right. Red.
Well, let's see here.
Your little dwarf legs are keeping you behind the party here a little bit.
Okay, good. I got it. I will try to catch up. Oh yeah, I don't see anything. Let's see. Yeah, I guess that is probably going to be. Well, I will hold an action. I guess crossbow attack. In case somebody moves into my range and sight.
Okay. Well, can you see this guy as he steps forward?
Yes, a little bit. Because I think I'm behind the wall a bit. So.
Yeah, I don't think you'll see him. You'll see the next guy though, so
Yeah.
don't worry. We'll get you an attack. This one is going to take a sling shot at Jharas for 5 damage.
Yep, that hits.
Coconut reversal.
This kobold.
But because of all the coconut milk from the cracked coconut that's up there, I think he needs to make an acrobatics check not to slip off.
Slips on the coconut milk.
This kobold is going to step out from behind the rocks. This one I know you definitely see, Red. So go ahead and make an attack on him with your crossbow. That is actually going to miss. Your arrow is going to go wide. He is going to take a dagger in his hand, and he's going to throw it in the direction of Jharas.
Ooh, that hits.
All right, so for 4 damage, he is going to move back behind the rock here. All right, Adon.
All right, Adon sees this one here, and he will shoot it in its, again, horribly ugly face. For a 16.
16 will hit.
Oh, that's 13 damage.
13 damage will kill this kobold as well.
And Adon will advance down. Probably like right here. and he'll just look at this kobold, and infernal, he'll say, "You're next."
Speaking of next, Sky, you were up.
Okay, this guy's gonna move on down to about there. And does that kobold have cover from me if I shoot at him from there?
Let me see. I'm just looking to see what. He would have just like a little partial cover because he is kind of like stepped back trying to hide behind the rock. Basically, if you were to step forward one more like into this square, you'd have a full clean shot on him.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I could get around that corner or not.
Yeah. Yep. Your 11 is going to miss,
bless.
however.
Yeah, bless.
13 will hit. Yep. 6 damage is going to be just enough to kill this kobold, who is going to die from your crossbow or your shortbow attack. That is going to take you out of combat. And everything seems quiet again. Adon and Sky, you're here next to yet another minecart that is pointed down the tracks.
What's in the cart? Can we see what they're mining?
This cart is actually empty.
Is there a rock or a log or anything that we can wedge under the wheel so it doesn't trigger itself as a trap somehow?
Right now, it does actually have some chalks under the wheels, so you could pull those out.
Do they look like they're rigged to some sort of tripwire?
Roll an investigation check. See what you can see about this thing. So this cart, you can see there's like chalks under the wheels. They don't look like they're rigged up to anything, and as well the brake in the cart itself is engaged currently.
Well, it's good enough for me. I will move on.
Yeah. Other than that, it does look to be in working order if you wish to use it in any way, shape, or form.
Indiana Jones.
Actually, Don's gonna rifle through the pockets of the kobolds.
These kobolds were not particularly special. They were not inventor-style kobolds like you faced last time. These guys just have like little daggers and slings and pebbles on them. Nothing particularly of interest.
Yeah, you looking for another skunk there?
Actually, Jharas, I noticed you like to throw things. You seem very good at it. I think you would benefit from this most. And he'll hand over the alchemist fire to Jharas.
Jharas will take it and sort of look at it. Very well. And he puts it back. And then Jharas is going to turn around and put his hand on the ledge here and reach forward with his other hand and just reach into the waterfall and take a moment there. Can I investigate the waterfall?
Sure. Yeah, roll an investigation on it.
Does he have advantage because he's Aquaman?
9! Big 9!
Yeah,
You recognize this as water.
yeah, this is definitely water. Well, what you're seeing here, this waterfall pours out of the northern wall here, and you can kind of look down over the edge of the track here, and you see that it pours down into a pool below. There is a track that kind of goes over this pool and up back into the mountain here, and otherwise you just see this this pool down at the bottom, and it's very loud. There's kind of just this sound of crashing water that you can hear from up here. You can't tell quite how deep the pool is at the bottom, and there's definitely like a lot of mist and that kind of thing rising off of it. Everything looks kind of damp down below.
Very well.
Red would be asking people if they're okay, if they're
I'm not feeling all that hot.
need a little bit of healing.
I think I've got a potion I can use. Let me check. Might be out of them. Got Wooka nuts.
Actually, I still have 2 potions, so
Yeah, potions.
Adon will focus on his crossbow and change it to a longsword once again. Pulling his shield back out.
All right.
I'll hand a potion to Sky.
Do we want to use our consumables or use things that we can renew with the rest?
I
If
can only
we're,
move at the long rest, so
if we're going to take a rest, then no need to use consumables, but are we going to do that right now?
At this point, Adon has gone off a little ways ahead.
All right. Yeah, you kind of walk down the shaft a little bit here. Before, as you come down to this next level, don't move too far without telling me what you're doing, Don.
Yeah, Don's not gonna move too far ahead of the group. He's not that stupid.
Okay. But that does bring you over here, Adon.
Do we need to roll a potion of healing, or
Are you taking the potion?
I had better.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you can just click on your token and click Potion of Healing, and it should let you select yourself and heal yourself with that.
I need to add a potion of healing to me, I guess.
Yeah, there should be a token action for it up at your on the action bar at the top if you click on your token to if you're drinking the potion
with all the torches and stuff pops up when you click your token.
Ah, there we go. Got it.
Yep. There you go. So is everybody else headed down as well? What's the plan here?
Yep, I think so. I'll just say, where did the Dawn go?
Dawn has gone just further up the track from you.
Adon will probably try and move forward quietly again, investigating this little alcove here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you kind of all right. Yeah, you poke your head into the alcove, if you would like to. Yeah, you poke your head into the alcove, and what you see here is a cave that. All right, stop moving forward. It's a good place to stop. You see a cave that is opens up in front of you. There are at the back of this cave. There are some wooden hooks hanging, and on these hooks you see some wooden masks and capes that have been dyed a bright red color, and the this area opens up into kind of a large sort of open area here. Do you keep poking around the corner?
Yeah, Don will probably just move forward very slightly, trying to see what's over in this area.
All right. As you step around the corner, you are going to see that this large area is about 25 feet above a lower chamber, and in this lower chamber, you are going to see a a couple of things. First of all, there is a large pile of coins and precious metals and things in this chamber, curled up around the column near it. You see a sleeping form, or at least you assume it is sleeping currently, of a red dragon.
Be very, very quiet.
Yeah, I'm really happy I rolled what I did on my stealth.
You should be, because he rolled pretty good on his perception.
Don's just gonna creep back, and he'll see the rest of them, and you guys see Adon's face just go. It's very pale at this point, and he will say, I think we should move back just a little. And he'll like sort of shoo Sky. He'll like not like push him back, but he'll like, suggest he step back quietly.
Sky will step back quietly.
And I only had 36 seconds left on Bless, so I'm assuming we might be off that now.
Yeah, Bless is done.
There is a dragon. A red dragon. Do you think I'd be able to discern its age from the glimpse I caught?
How much do you know about dragons?
Killed my husband.
I'll let you do a history check to see how much you know about the age of dragons, or if you just kind of hate them. This one, I think it's more that you saw a dragon, and this one is up close, and it's going to be scary more than.
Well, do we want to try to continue exploring this place, or do we want to get the hell out of it?
Well, there is, you said a 25-foot drop, so
Correct.
this area is, no.
Yeah.
This area is above, and this area is below.
Yes. And what this would look like to you, just kind of to explain, as you come around the tracks here, leading out this way, the tracks go down to the ground floor of this cavern, which is about 25 feet down, and that's where the pool is at the bottom. There's kind of a raised set of tracks here that head back into the cave, and like back into the mountain, that you could conceivably follow if you wanted to. But otherwise, all of this ground area is ground level, which is probably the level that the dragon was on. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, I will say, with your checking this out, like, you did see that this treasure hoard looks like there is. I mean, it was a large pile of coins, very large pile of coins in here. You also saw that it looked like there might be some other things in it as well. There were some crates and boxes and chests and things down against a wall that you would have seen as well.
I will let them know all of that information. Look, part of me wants to rid the world of this evil. I want to kill that dragon, but I am very scared of the dragon.
Are we capable of ridding the world of this evil?
Well, back at home, we usually brought a large party to take care of dragons, so I don't know.
We could go get our robot, our solemn simulacrum.
Just as a side note, Patsy did say she was okay handing the control over to someone else for that.
I think we should probably just let this one go. For now.
Whatever you decide, I won't abandon you.
Come on, guys, let's risk the TPK. Let's do it. Let's do it for the views.
I'd say we do it.
Balls to the walls.
Well, if you guys are going, I'll support you.
We could come up with a strategy. This doesn't have to be like, a bunch of idiots throwing rocks.
I was thinking coconuts.
Well,
Who knew that a coconut was the secret weapon to destroy a dragon?
Yeah.
Let me ask, do you want Vorn to join you? We can start. If you're doing this, which I don't know that you have consensus that you're doing this or not. But
If there's a veto power, I would like to veto.
Fair enough.
but the
Okay.
treasure. Our characters are going to die eventually.
I am anxious to play my next character, but I'm not anxious to lose this one.
I don't know. I think we might be able to do it.
Well, sometimes the NPCs are ones you're supposed to walk away from. So
Well, how about this? We go explore the rest of the cave, and if we're still feeling like we are, we can move on or revisit this later.
I am willing to go on to the tracks that go off to the north there.
yep, let's do that.
Okay. Adon will move forward quietly then.
I think, just for the record, I think we should go down, charge off of the cliff, and just tackle the dragon head on.
Just all four of us grapple the dragon.
Just jump on top of him.
Yep.
He won't be able, if we're all on top of him, like on his back, he won't be able to use his flame breath without torching himself.
The flame
To
breath
which
is immune to.
To which he's probably fire resistant.
Nah, who cares?
I'll think about it.
It actually doesn't matter how old this dragon is. We can't do it. Not at this level.
If it was a baby, I don't know. Could be a baby dragon.
Well, we already have a baby in the party, so. Wink, wink. No, it's definitely fair not wanting to die. So.
all right. So you guys head into the chamber.
Do we have to say that we are trying to be quiet going past him?
Well, here's the thing: is this chamber down here is actually very loud because of the sound of this waterfall. So it will not take much to actually be quiet. Even if you have jangly stuff, it's not going to make too much noise over the sound of this waterfall. As you walk through this chamber, you are going to see that the kind of this mist that comes up from this waterfall has made everything kind of slick in here. So everything just kind of has a damp sheen to it. Near the pool, you're going to see that there is a fishing net that is rolled up next to the pool, and all of you are going to see that on the ground of this chamber, kind of as you're walking over this bridge a little bit, near the center column that extends all the way up, you can see that there are several skeletons on the floor of this chamber, kind of in this area here. Red, you would definitely recognize them pretty quickly as being dwarven in nature. Several of them are pretty old looking of them. There's 8 of these skeletons that look pretty old. They're kind of covered with calcium deposits and that kind of thing. And just kind of have been in this cave for a very long time. But 4 of them look a lot more fresh and charred currently from where you're standing.
Hmm. Red will point to the charred skeletons and quietly say, I wonder if those guys tried to take on the dragon.
That does look like the result of trying to take on a red dragon.
And they're dwarves.
Well, perhaps they were captured and brought down here and offered to the dragon is. But
Was it dwarf skeletons that I saw in the room up above that were charred?
You did see dwarf skeletons. I'm trying to remember if they were charred or not. Let me double check that. There was definitely, yes, yep, they were also charred.
This reminds me of what I saw up top. There were dwarf skeletons up there too.
Yeah, you could be right there, Red. Yeah. Or Jharas. Maybe there were sacrifices too. Which makes me even more mad about the kobolds.
Right, well, Adan will move forward. Again, being his sneaky self. And trying his best to, hold on here so he doesn't slip in the slipperiness.
Yeah, I mean it's not enough to, if you're stepping carefully, you can move through it. And you
can
all...
I?
Mhm.
Sorry, can I take my lantern as I'm over this part and hold it out over the pool and see if I can get a look down and what's down inside the pool?
Yeah, go ahead and you can make an investigation check for me with that.
It's not my lantern; it's the orb.
Right. Yeah, in this water, now that you're closer down to the water, you can see there are fish down in the water, and in fact you can tell what they are. These are more of these quipper fish that you met out in the rivers before. Think piranha. Like that's probably the best. The best comparison.
There's quippers in the pool, everyone.
Now, if you were to catch them, they can make fairly tasty eating, though. So that is kind of the one thing if you wanted to eat a few of them. Otherwise, you begin heading up this tunnel, and it is going to continue for a very long ways. In fact. It will continue. I mean, how long would you guys want to follow it? Because it will probably continue at least that long. I mean, unless you tell me a weird amount of time. There is definitely a place that it goes. I would imagine like you go a couple hours up it or something, and like you're going to start questioning like how far do you want to follow this tunnel.
I will walk this tunnel 30 days and 30 nights.
Since you told us there is something that it goes to, I'm a cat. I'm curious.
Isn't this a bit out of our way, folks? If we're down here to slay kobolds, I think we've accomplished that.
Is there anything to draw our interest that direction?
I mean, the track continues the whole way. This track just continues kind of mostly straight. Like it makes a couple of curves here and there, and it's in reasonably good shape throughout this whole tunnel. You feel like a mine car could pretty easily traverse this.
Does it slope downwards?
It doesn't really slope. It kind of stays on the same level for the most part. I mean, there's ups and downs, but I mean nothing. It doesn't feel like you're ascending or descending levels or anything like that.
But that's enough incentive for me, I think. It's a lot of effort that somebody has put into laying this track and maintaining this track, so there's something at the end of it that's worth getting to. Do we want to roll that mine car down here? I mean, we can't all get in it and ride, but
Not
we
this,
wanna
the
push it?
other end that's worth picking up and bringing back.
That's what I was thinking. We want to bring the cart so we can push whatever it is back this direction.
I mean, as long as the one who's doing the pushing is not me, sure.
Well, we won't have to push it to get it down to this level, and then once it's on level ground, it
Get
won't.
inside the cart and I'll just push you all the way.
Don is like thinking about all this manual labor, and he's like, I just did my nails.
So if somebody wants to get the cart, they're going to have to ride it down here so they can hit the brake when they get to the level part.
Okay, I'll ride the cart down.
All right. Let's talk. Which cart are you going for? Let's talk about mine carts.
The first one, the one that was at the previous level, and we saw that it had like stuff in it, and the brake was engaged.
All right. Yeah. So you, I'll take you back up there, Jharas. So you're going to hop into this cart.
Da 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 dun da da.
All right. Yeah, you do that. You probably kick the chocks out from under the wheels. The brake is engaged here, but you are on a slope. So as soon as you disengage the brake, you will descend down to the bottom of the mine shaft.
I call out, "Look out below!" and then I disengage the brake.
All right. With a creak, this cart is going to begin descending down this mine shaft. You're going to heading down the the rails. There are no kobolds to be shooting at you or anything like that, so that's pretty positive. You come down. You're going to have to duck your head to get underneath this rock overhang here. And as you do that, you'll hurtle into the next area.
I hope that this part is set up correctly. Oh no!
Let's see. Oh, there it went.
Hello, board.
Here we go. I managed to delete the minecart somehow. There we go. There we go. Bring the minecart back. When are you going to start applying the brake? Let's talk about that.
Well, I mean, my question is, now that I'm riding the minecart down the shaft, and I'm coming to this fork, I mean, I guess I didn't check to see, but now that I'm hurtling...
You cut out, James.
Sorry, which direction am I going to go?
It's a very good question. Go ahead. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll and see, to see which one it is. Which way would you like it to be? Do you want it to be pointed to the right in the direction that you want to go?
Yeah, I want it to be going toward the waterfall.
All right. Call high or low.
I'm gonna call low. Oh boy! I immediately start applying the brake.
All right. Roll me a strength check on this brake.
Strength or athletics?
Athletics is fine.
Uh, 15.
So here's what's going to happen. You apply the brake, but something that you didn't notice when you were investigating this cart before.
The music starts.
something you did not notice when you were working with this cart before and investigating it, is that the handle of this brake has a weak spot in it. And as you pull on this brake, your strength is actually going to be enough to snap the handle. And rather than stopping, the cart is going to continue picking up speed, and it is going to race past the junction, hurtling around the corner. Like, it starts doing that thing. It's moving fast enough now that, like, it's tipping on one side as it goes around the corner. And you quickly see the end of the track hurtling towards you. What would you like to do? What is everybody else doing? I'm assuming you're kind of just here, like, waiting for him to show up, and you just see minecart, like, tearing down the wrong track here.
Yeah, I'm sure we would have been at the mouth of the cave there, so we could see it coming.
I guess if we see it careening and screeching down, we'd probably, like... Adon would at least run over here.
All right, Jharas, what are you trying to do here? Like, do you want to leap out? Do you want to?
Yeah, I think I thought of a few things. I think the best thing to try to do is leap out in this direction. Hopefully, it's not that far of a fall, and I can do kind of a tumble instead of just smashing my head into the wall right here. Going.
All right. Go ahead and you can make an athletics check to see how well you can jump out of this thing.
Oh, I spent my inspiration on throwing a kobold off the side. 19.
All right. Yes, you do jump off. It's only a few feet down to the ground. You're going to kind of tumble. You'll take a few bruises, but you're going to be fine as this minecart comes tearing around this corner, and it is going to hit the blocks at the end, and kind of flip end over end into the wall, just creating this huge noise as it slams into the bottom of this shaft here. Over the sound of the waterfall, you hear a very loud sort of sound. What would you guys like to do?
Would we recognize the sound?
Well, it sounds like an animal stirring and maybe kind of sighing or growling or clearing its throat or perhaps getting ready to eat tieflings and dwarves and cats. Oh my.
Well,
I think the dragon's awake.
Fuck.
I thought you wanted this.
Well, I wanted us to go in with a plan. Now we're caught with our pants down.
If we beeline it for the path that we were going to go on, I think we might be able to get away from him.
Or we might just line ourselves up in a corridor where the breath weapon will be extra effective.
Yeah. That's another possibility. I mean, dragons aren't fast, right? They're kind of slow. They don't move very quickly.
Faster than us.
Well, walking, they're probably a bit awkward walking. Flying, no.
Well, I think Jharas is going to try to start climbing back up onto this shaft immediately to start getting... back up onto the rail platform.
Okay, yeah. It's basically going to take a turn for you to climb up there. During that time, what would anybody else like to do?
Adon is probably going to want to hide like somewhere in here. So he's just going to run and hide.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's going to stay exactly where he is with partial cover from the south end.
Mm-hmm. Red, what would you like to do?
I can't see where Sky is.
He's up, kind of up in this area up here.
No. Yeah, running's good. Well, maybe seeing Adon run this way, he's gonna sort of start running this way and saying, "Well, what are we doing? Are we leaving?"
You're going to hear just kind of the from this chamber over the waterfall. You're just going to hear kind of a growling sort of sound. Does anybody speak Draconic?
I mean,
All right.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So you just hear kind of this, like it is definitely kind of a spoken language that you're hearing. Just this deep voice that is growling something out very loudly.
Point of order.
Disturbs my slumber.
Wouldn't we have seen like kobold bodies somewhere around here?
Oh yeah, there are definitely some dead kobold bodies as well on the ground. Yeah, there would have been one like somewhere over in here. There would have been a couple down here. Like one of them is probably over the railing, like kind of draped over the railing on the mine track here.
Are you gonna try and feed it?
Nope, just wondering how good of a chance we have of getting out of here.
Jharas and Red. Well, Jharas, you would be up next. Why don't we roll initiative? Let's see what happens. Let's put this into an initiative order, and we will see how this goes for you guys.
Holy Jesus.
Well, to be fair, the dragon rolled a nat 1, so...
How did... Oh, okay.
So that's something, at least.
Oh, I've made the wrong decision.
All right, Sky, you would be able to take the next action.
Alright. Sky is going to head for the exit that we know about. So, I get... With feline agility, I can do twice my normal speed, and then I can take my action to take a move, so 90 feet total.
That seems, I think, what we had figured out.
So he comes running by me.
Some might call it a scamper, even.
We've all seen cats do this. I'm banking around the back of the couch right now.
Exactly. Jharas, what is your plan?
I mean, it occurs to me that if there's a waterfall in here and a pool, it's got to go somewhere, because otherwise it would eventually fill this place up. Jharas isn't going to abandon everyone. So I think taking a cue from the cat, Jharas is going to... Well, I don't know, because it's Dragonfire. I think maybe the best thing to do is split up. Yeah, Jharas is I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna run for the pool.
All right.
And using my action, I can actually get this far and possibly a couple of feet under the water as well.
All right. Yeah, you do so. You are going to disturb the fish in the water. The quippers are going...
Can I speak to the quippers? just as a free, I just have like one word.
Yeah. What do you say to them?
Well, it's a sentence. Is there a way out? Show me the way out.
What is your thing with fish? I know you've got a.
I have anything that breathes water has an affinity for my people, and they can understand what I'm saying, but I have no special ability to understand them.
Okay. All right. Let's do. First off, let's see how many of these are in here. All right. So there's 8 of these things in the water around you. We'll just bring some of these guys over here for you. Something like that. All right. On your next turn, we'll find out how they respond. I'll go ahead and roll for them and add them to the initiative real quick. All right. They actually go next. All right. The Quippers are going to go ahead and roll an animal handling check, and let's see. I'll give you advantage because of your class feature, or your racial feature, I should say.
Racial thing. Wait.
I think these things are not going to respond well at first. That's not to say like you can't bring them to you, but like they are going to like you've probably slowed them down because of being able to understand you. Have probably slowed them down from attacking you from one turn, but they kind of begin to swarm around you. We'll see what happens next turn with that. Adon.
Adon is going to tap into his infernal blood, and he is just going to sort of sink into the shadows, and he's just sort of pressing himself up against the wall, hiding as well as he can, and he just vanishes from sight.
All right. Yeah, you are invisible. Red.
I think Red is like kind of confused at the moment because people are running everywhere. And he wouldn't abandon people either. I think he will go at least kind of go around the corner and kind of wait to see what might happen.
All right.
Because I'm assuming I saw Jharas run for the water, and I don't even know where Adon is anymore. So it's like, how do I help these people?
All right. So you're kind of, you've all kind of ducked into hiding for the most part here. The red dragon is going to. He will have stood up on his previous turns. He is going to walk out into the middle of the cavern out here. His giant talons clacking against the stone floor. He looks around. Let's see. Let's have him see some perception here. Yeah, he's going to see the bodies of the kobolds. And he is going to just look around, and this deep voice in common is going to call out, "Who dares disturb my lair?" That's what he's going to do this turn.
This guy is not going to answer him.
I don't understand why.
Sky will continue moving up the spiral, like trying to hug the wall to be not visible from down below.
All right. All right. So to do that, here's what we're gonna do. It's about 20 feet up to this point. If you step out any further, you're going to be visible. So I'm moving you back to the map, the middle map, Sky, if you can see where you are.
Yeah, found me.
Okay. I am going to put below you, so you can see where the dragon is, roughly. He is right about there below you. So if you want to move any further, there will be an opening here. Like right now, you're kind of right behind that rock, kind of peeking a head out. Or not, if you don't want to peek your head out at all. That's up to you.
Can I tell the difference between like young and adult at this point?
You can take an action and see if you can tell anything using a history check or a nature check. I would give you either of those. So in your time that you've spent learning about dragons, which, you know, whether you've studied them or if it's more like, you know, stories in the bars and in the, you know, people tell around campfires at night and that kind of thing, you will have heard, you know, at least some colloquial ways to tell some dragons apart. As far as you can tell, this is probably a young dragon. It doesn't seem to be fully grown, from at least from the stories that you have heard.
I am going to stop right there then and wait for Red to catch up and hope that somebody else will come up and start whispering at us.
Okay. Jharas, you're in this pool. You're down. It goes about 10 feet down. So that's about as far down as this would go. So you're kind of, you know, you're definitely below the surface here. These quippers have swarmed around you and, like, you know, teeth bared at you. And above you, you hear, just over the sound of kind of like the water pouring into this pool above you, you can hear this kind of muffled sound of the voice of this dragon calling out above you.
No. Is this? Jharas looking at the all of the quippers swarming around him. No. Siege. Please. This is my punishment. Please. Don't. And I will use my action to beseech the quippers.
Okay. Roll, since they can understand you, roll a persuasion check on them.
$13.
All right. The quippers are going to. I don't think that they're going to stand down per se, but like their height of being on guard is going to kind of drop just a little bit here. They're kind of looking at you maybe more like a curiosity as opposed to an edible morsel. I think is what we have just kind of dropped to. Because normally they wouldn't be able to understand other creatures and they would just eat them. You're communicating with them. They understand your intent, despite their limited capabilities. So they are still kind of swarming. They seem a little bit less of a threat now, kind of more like they are inspecting you, like, okay, what are you? What is going on here?
Can I, with whatever is remaining left of my my turn, can I look around and see if there is any outlet down here?
Mm-hmm.
For the wall?
So what you're seeing as you look around is it looks like this pool. There isn't like a large outlet. It's more like more kind of like a sifting drain, like smaller holes that kind of drain out of here into cracks and that kind of thing, and probably escape further down into the ground somewhere here. You're not seeing an outlet for the not a humanoid size outlet anywhere. Can't hear you.
Sorry, so yeah, so there's no underwater cavern. I will just go down to the bottom of the pool.
Okay. Yeah, you're 10 feet down. The Quippers kind of swim with you. They're, again, not attacking, just kind of looking at you as a curiosity, doing little flybys, that kind of thing. All right, Adon, you're invisible.
Yeah, Adon is just going to move out here. I don't know if you want to send me to the other map here, but he's going to keep walking forward.
Okay. Yeah, I'll. Now this is going to open up. I'll bring you out right here on top of Sky. Actually, there. Consider yourself back in the chamber, but just around the corner, it does open up. There is no cover for about 15 feet there, so it's up to you whether you want to try to cross that. I mean, you are invisible.
Yeah, Adon will sort of like pat Red and Sky on the shoulder as he moves past them. He's not going to say anything though, but he will spend the rest of his movement trying to climb the thing.
All right. I would like you to make a roll of stealth with advantage because of your. This is just to see like if you make any noises or anything that might attract the dragon. 19. All right, that beats his passive perception. So barely, but it does. So yeah, you're able to move. I would assume that you probably get around up here somewhere, something like that. Whatever your movement speed is.
Right. Yeah. If like one square back here is, I can't move back that far.
Yeah.
But from here I probably have like 25 feet of movement because I'm using the
the dash action. Yeah. Okay. Yep. All right. Yeah. Go ahead and move yourself up. Red, what is your plan? Sky is standing kind of like right in the doorway of this thing, not stepping out into any kind of line of sight where the dragon might see him.
Is he? I mean, he's basically sort of right beside me, basically, or
yeah, basically
just on the other map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like maybe like one step, one square ahead of you, basically. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess I might have felt like something brushed my shoulder, but I don't know if I would know.
I said I like pat you, so it was like a good shoulder thud.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely made you aware of my presence.
As Red yelps in surprise. I know.
Yeah.
There's a dragon behind us.
I guess I just walk up beside Sky and say, I mean, I don't know if I can like sort of peek around the corner and try to see where the dragon is, type of thing.
I would have already told you about that. That was what my action was trying to see it and then describe it to you.
Yeah. Okay. And just say, I think Jharas is still stuck down there. I think you jumped into the water. So I don't know how he's going to get out. I mean, we might have to try to distract the dragon.
Well, we won't distract it for very long because we're going to dive really quick.
Well,
for what it's worth, Jharas
yeah, potentially.
You would be right about there in the water on this map.
Yep.
Oh, you were moving me. I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to. I wasn't trying to move you. I just wanted to put you on both so you could kind of wherever we were looking, we would know.
Well, we don't have to.
I move myself.
We wouldn't have to hang around long. Just long enough to get the dragon's attention and give Jharas a chance to get out of here.
Is that plus 75 feet? That's the level that deck is above the floor, right?
Correct.
Okay, so there is the wood of the bridge that these tracks go across is plenty of cover to keep us out of the eye line of that dragon. And if it's standing 10 or 15 feet high.
Yeah.
I'm thinking geometrically here.
Right.
And I don't think there's anything we can do for Jharas. Like, even if he gets out of the pool, he's got to run around this circle twice to get to the top level to get out.
Meta-wise, don't worry about me. Unless your character wants to.
He would like to, but he can't think of anything that would be helpful. Like, knowing enough to know how to tell an adult dragon from a young dragon, he would know enough to know that this is a one-round fight.
Well, if I can finish off, I guess if I say it'll just be an action to just kind of have this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing I'll say to Sky is you run, I'll try to distract the dragon. Because Red wouldn't leave Jharas. He would at least try. I mean, he might fail, but he would at least try. And I will, as a bonus action, cast Shield of Faith on myself.
All right. You have Shield of Faith. I'll go ahead and mark that for you. That is both concentration and you have Shield of Faith. All right. The dragon. I think he is going to call out one more time. And in doing so, he is going to use his perception to see if he can spot anything. Let's see. Fortunately, everyone is hiding. And he's going to walk forward, and he's like going to sniff at the kobold. He's going to beat his wings just a little bit and hop up onto this track here. He's going to sniff at the kobold that is kind of spread over the railing of this track. All right, Sky is up.
Sky can get around to there if I measured it right. But I think he will stop with the hiding spot right there.
Okay.
And I would lower a rope, but there's nothing that I can do with it. I have a strength of 8, so I couldn't even hold it for him to climb up.
Yeah, I mean, if you could tie it to something, but...
In theory, you could tie it to the track. Because the track is raised.
Mm-hmm.
I could, but that'll have to
top of the
be
tires.
that'll have to be the next turn.
All right.
Yeah.
Jharas.
Jharas, standing at the bottom of the pool, now begins to kneel down, and addressing the quippers, and also sort of talking to no one. This is how I'm going to die. This is the death I deserve. Kobolds were screaming for me to stay away. I cut them down. Now my friends have abandoned them. I have become that which lurks below and rises to drown the earth. And Jharas just spends his turn wallowing at the bottom of the pool.
All right. Roll a wallow check to see how the quippers. No, I'm kidding. All right. I think you've made general peace with these quippers. Like, they're still interested in you, but they're not attacking you right off. Adon, you are still invisible.
Yeah. Adon is not waiting around. He is moving all the way up there.
All right. Red.
Okay, here goes. Red's gonna step off to the side and say, "Dragon, we're the ones that disturbed our sleep. We apologize. We were just investigating the mine and were attacked by kobolds. We were just exploring."
All right. The dragon, with a powerful thrust of its wings, is going to leap from the floor and soar up in this whole level, which is one simple maneuver. And he's going to land on this platform because their flying speed is ridiculous. And he's going to land here looking at Red because he heard you. And he's going to look at Red. "Why do you disturb me here?" And like as he's saying it, little wisps of flame are just going to kind of be coming out from his mouth.
Holy crap.
Yeah. Guys, this might be a good place to take a short break. We've been going a couple hours. We can take like 5 minutes here real quick. We will come right back and we will see what happens with this dragon encounter.
Commercial break cliffhanger.
That's right. We'll be back in 5. Welcome back, everyone. We have a dragon battle a brewing. Not into a battle quite yet. But as we ended, this dragon flew up from the bottom of the mine, landed on this platform, with flame licking at the edge of its mouth, and turned to Red, asking, "What are you doing in my lair?" That is the end of that dragon's turn. Sky, you are here behind the dragon, hidden behind a wall. There is less sound of a waterfall here to mask your. I mean, there's still some sound of a waterfall, but what is it you're going to do?
I am going to try to get around to the next cover over there by Adon. Yeah, so do you want stealth?
I would very much like a stealth check. That is not going to beat the dragon's passive perception. He's going to kind of swivel his head around, and he will see you run by, just kind of the streak of a cat zipping across the tracks. He'll turn back to Red. And you have brought friends with you. Jharas, meanwhile, down in the pool at the base, your token here on this map shows kind of where you are in that pool, so everybody has awareness of it, but you're down here, 75, 100 feet below everyone, 10 feet below that, because you're actually below the surface of the water here. You would have heard like the whooshing of the wings, and like you would have seen the disturbance on the water from the force of this air like pushing against it as the dragon ascended up into the sky. So that is something that you could have noticed from in the pool where you are.
I'm not ready. Jharas looks up. His impossible to tell, but there's water just dripping, tears dripping from his eyes and joining the pool. Through his sort of squinted wetness of his eyes, he looks up at the dragon and begins to ascend to the surface of the pool, and I think step out of it.
All right. All right. Very good. Is there anything else you would want to do?
I don't know. Dragon. It is I that has business with you.
The dragon will swivel its head down below. Adon.
Yeah, noticing that Sky was noticed, he doesn't want to be next to Sky. So he's actually just going to go over here and sort of hide behind this pillar, hoping that Sky continues to run this way and he's not caught anywhere near a breath weapon. And he's like going to press his back up against this pillar and try and cover as much of his body with this pillar as he can.
I just realized I took a move, but I didn't take the action. Can I move the rest of...
Yeah, sure.
Move to the other end of the cover?
Yeah, that would be
fine.
fine.
I probably wouldn't have noticed that I had been seen.
Yep, that's fine.
So that's... If you want to adjust your position, Adon.
Yeah, Adon definitely would. He doesn't want to be anywhere near you right now. So just I'll just move over here and over here.
All right. So this is like a little shelf about 10 feet up above the track to get up to that, Adon. And climbing up to it, you would notice a strange item up here. There is a boulder with a rock tied to it, or with a rope tied to it. And you're going to kind of look out, and you'll see this rope stretching out to the middle column, and then kind of following it back around. You can see that it is tied to just above the or just on the edge of the area over here. If you were to swing this somehow, like if you were to let it go, like it could conceivably pull this off of here. You could, like, if you could push the rock, it would swing out. It could like crush into something in the middle of the, say, a mine car coming down the track, or something flying in the in the area as well. Yeah, just something to be aware of.
So if I were to push this right now, it wouldn't say hit this dragon, would it?
It probably would not hit the dragon currently. No.
How hefty is this boulder?
Pretty hefty. You would have to. It would require a pretty sizable strength check against it.
Yeah, be great if Jharas was here, but Adon is not hefty.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Red. The dragon is still ostensibly speaking to you. But it is very much aware, like you both would have heard Jharas yelling from the floor below. You were aware that it has spotted Sky as well.
He will say, he will yell, Jharas, run! And we'll cast Sacred Flame at the dragon, and then I'll move behind the wall here to hide.
Okay. Needs to make a dexterity save. I'll take the first one. I accidentally clicked twice. 13 is not going to save. Your first damage to the dragon, 3 radiant damage. You are now engaged with said dragon, which is going to. Let's see. I think it is going to. I think it's just going to leap across this chasm in a single bound, landing here, poking its head in.
I
And
didn't think that would happen.
yeah, and it is going to fire breath at you.
Yay.
So I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Save. That is not an ability check, is it?
No.
Okay. I'm going to use my inspiration.
That's probably smart.
Yes. Oh,
Get another roll at it. Oh, you didn't have bless up. You had your shield up. So
Yep.
you are going to take the full amount of damage. You're going to take 56 fire damage.
ooh. Okay. 56. Luckily, that does not double my hit points, so I'm just
Correct.
unconscious.
You were just unconscious. Let's see. It has used 25 feet of movement. It is going to use. another 35 and leap back across, looking down at Jharas. And it is going to yell down, "Your friend has paid a price for disturbing me. Why do you..." Sky is up.
Sky is going to continue trying to wind his way out of here. So, that's the next hiding spot.
All right. All right. Jharas, you are up. Looking up, the dragon is almost directly above you here.
Dragon. Come, talk to me. Below.
Adon.
Yeah. Adon is gonna run down here, and he is just gonna hide in this alcove.
All right. Adon is hidden. Red, go ahead and make that death saving throw for me, sir. First success. The dragon, with one leap down, is going to land right next to Jharas. We're going to swap these out like that so we know he's on this level. He's going to land right next to Jharas. And he's going to look at you like just right in your face. He's going to look at you. What is it we should speak about here? Sky, you are up. If you're saying anything, sorry, Sky, Doc, we can't hear you.
Sorry, if I'm counting, it's 20 feet to this next map, and then I can hide behind this minecart over here.
That seems about right. All right, so I'll move you over for that. You are hidden on the next map with the minecart. All right, Jharas, you are up. What would you want to say?
Thank you for joining me. We entered your lair for knowledge. To learn what we could about the area around here. We're searching for a city. And Jharas takes off his helmet with the fish ornament,
Mhm.
and sort of dropping to his knees, holds it out to the dragon.
All right, we'll see what the dragon does on his turn. Adon.
Adon is just going to nestle further into this corner over here, and he is probably going to spend however much time it takes for this dragon to settle down. He's probably not going to move from here unless something changes.
Okay. That brings us to Red. Red, go ahead and make me another death saving throw. That is the first failure. So you've got one of each. The dragon is going to reach out a claw to Jharas, and he's going to take the helmet from you. Your friend above attacked me. Why should you not suffer the same fate that befell him? Sky, are you just continuing to book it?
I think that is what's on his mind right now. He'll hide under the bridge this time.
Okay.
And how high is that?
You're right around under the bridge. Getting up there. That is, I believe that is about. I believe that is about 20 feet up. Oh no, it is 50 feet up because the bridge connects to it there. So that's 50 feet above you to get up to the ledge and the bridge above you.
Okay.
Yep. Jharas.
He must have been scared. I don't know. Do not. I will serve you. I will do whatever you ask. Just let my friends go. Please.
Is this a genuine offer?
Yes.
Okay. Roll a persuasion check for me, please.
Ooh, 11.
She is going to look at this crown that you've handed her. Did I ever tell you how much that crown was worth?
It was the helmet, not the crown.
Or the helmet.
It was it was worth 50 pieces of electrum.
That's okay. She is. Let me see one thing here. She's going to sniff at you. She is going to say, I smell the smell of gold upon you. She's going to. That's where we're going to leave it. Well, we'll just kind of do her turn here. We'll let everybody's running. We'll get to the death save here in a second for Red. She's going to say, empty your pack and let me see what offerings you have brought to me.
Is it my action or?
Yeah, because really you just kind of spoke to her. I'll give you an action here still to do this.
I think I've already dropped to my knees. I say, yes, yes, of course. And I do as she says. I uh, empty my backpack out, empty my purse out, um, leave it all to bear.
Okay. Adon, you were still hiding?
Yep.
All right. Red, if you could go ahead and make another death saving throw. Red, scarred and burned by flame, but not dead, rouses himself from his stupor upon the ground, clinging barely to life with 1 hit point. That is your turn, Red, but welcome back to the land of the living.
Wow.
Sky, what would you like to do?
Sky's mind is made up, so we continue scampering.
Yeah, once you're at the top here, there's no cover, so... Alright. Jharas. I'm gonna kind of take the dragon and you on the same turn here, kind of, just for the RP of this for a little bit. If it turns, we'll jump back. So you've emptied your contents of your bag.
I'll do one more.
Mm-hmm.
I reach to the drift globe, I think it's called, that's floating next to me, and is sort of tied to my waist somewhere. And I untie that, and I reach that out to the dragon. This is by far the most valuable thing that I own.
Roll me another persuasion check with advantage. Oh. All right. The dragon is going to see the magic item on top of all of the gold that you have spread out and other items. She's going to reach out with one of her claws, with one of her clawed talons, and grasp the globe within it. And she is going to look at that and look back at Jharas. You have offered this treasure to me, and you have offered your service. I will accept both. She's going to motion to you to pick up your items and to bring them into her lair, and deposit them into the pile of gold and things that have been accumulated. I think let's say this. I think she is aware that everyone else is kind of like fleeing from this place in terror. She believes Red to be dead, and she's not aware of Adon. Unless Red, you're back alive with 1 hit point. What would you like to do at this point?
Well, Red would drag his sorry butt off the ground. He would probably try to look around the corner and see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would Um, I think he would sort of have a tear in his eye, and he would run, and he would say to himself, I don't know, like, thank you, Jharas, and Morden, keep you safe. And
All
he'd
right.
run.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I think that the dragon and Jharas. The dragon is distracted by the treasure and by its new toy, Jharas, that it has received, which is going to end. And there's the sound of the waterfall and that sort of thing here that is drowning out things at this base level. Red and Sky, Dawn, if you want to, you also could exit. I mean, you have about an hour of time here, as maybe you kind of realize this dragon is not leaving.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. When as soon as Adon realizes it's not flapping around and crashing on the this area anymore, and it's not talking, because I'm assuming its voice booms. Yeah, he'll make his exit. 20 minutes, half an hour. I mean,
All right. I think what we can do is we can kind of go out of the turn order, Jharas, unless you are going to attempt an escape or attempt to anything like that.
No, I don't think so.
All right. Then here is what I would suggest is, Jharas, you're going to walk into this chamber at the bottom, as Sky is the first to emerge from the cave. Red, you emerge a short while after, and at dawn, 20 minutes or so later, you come out of the cave as well. Jharas does not come out of this cave.
Yeah, and I would have. I mean, if I meet up with him, I would have told him anyways that I saw him still down there. So I don't know what is happening to him.
And James, I'm gonna kind of pitch this to you a little bit. We had talked about you wanting to let this character move in a different direction a little bit and maybe bring in a new one. This is maybe not quite what you had in mind, but this might be a good place to kind of close the curtain, at least for now, on Jharas.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And he is the last he is seen by the party. He is in deep, sad, dark conversation with the dragon at the bottom of this mine. That is going to bring everyone out of the cave. Alive, barely, in the case of Red.
I mean, I guess at least I would cast Cure Wounds on myself as I'm making my way out.
Yeah, once he gets to me, I can healing word him a few times too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'd have one more Cure Wounds, and plus we can rest anyways, but just to not be on the edge anyway.
Yeah. Dawn, did I pull you out of here already?
you did.
All right. Yeah, I think we see the group emerging bloodied and battered from this cave, and
Red will be in tears as he runs out.
What would you guys do, having lost Jharas, and I think Quilgok and Quilgok would be there waiting for you to come out. He would have probably heard a little bit of the end of this as the dragon flew around a little bit. What would you tell him?
Sky doesn't know much of what was going on down below. He was trying to stealthily get out. So he wouldn't have heard much of... I'm sure he wouldn't have heard Jarrus's voice.
Yeah. Red, you might be the only one who saw what was going on.
Yeah, I mean, Red would he'd be saying, I tried to distract the dragon, but well, it didn't go very well. And then Jharas came out. I think he was trying to do the same for me, so I just ran. So I don't know if he's dead or alive or what, but one way or another, he gave himself to save us all.
I think Quilgok would be... I think this would make Quilgok very upset, because Jharas was kind of the first one who found him back in Port Nyanzaru, and they had kind of become friends over the course of this. And I think he would look around at the group. There was nothing we can do to save him.
I don't think so. I mean, I nearly died just from the dragon breathing on me, so...
I think Quilgok will be kind of visibly shaken by this.
In fact, I was dead briefly. But Moradin saw fit to return me.
Dawn or Sky, is there anything that you would, or is this just kind of a quiet evening as you escape from this cave and try to find a safe spot, maybe to set up camp and heal from your wounds at this point?
Dawn is very silent, but there is a darkness in his eyes. He wouldn't cry. Looks like he'd probably murder someone in cold blood, though.
Yeah, Sky probably wouldn't be very talkative either. He would just slink off to the shadows of the campsite and curl up.
Yeah. I feel like this would be that sort of night, is like after Red had kind of used the used up his speaking of saying what had happened. I would imagine Quilgok would just kind of go over with Deadly Treasure, and I think there would be just a very quiet night in camp. I think all of you can take a long rest here. Probably a well-deserved one at this point. And we're just going to say that this levels you up to level 5, everyone. I think dealing with a young dragon, losing a party member, that's enough to get you up to the next level. So that takes everybody to 5. And we're a couple of minutes early, but I feel like this is a pretty solid place to kind of wrap it for the evening. And we can, James, if you want to talk a little bit after, we can talk about what you want to do for your next character. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Jharas will be missed. but James will, of course, be back. So, and who knows? This may not be the end of Jharas' story. This is just it's just a change in the party here. So thank you for watching tonight. If you've enjoyed, please hit the follow button on Twitch. That is, Tom. How did you want me to say this?
Yeah, well, anyone who is watching now or in the future, we'd definitely love to see you guys back again.
Yes, we would. And the easiest way for that to happen is for you to hit the follow button, and Twitch will notify you when we're doing stuff on this channel. We do Tomb of Annihilation just about every Saturday night here, 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time. And we do Storm King's Thunder Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Central. So both of those adventures are currently ongoing. So please come and join us for either of those. We'd love to have you. You can always watch the reruns and the video on demand on YouTube. All of the stuff gets archived there. So you can find that at Lauren the GM on YouTube. Thank you everyone so much for watching. We will see you next week with more Tomb of Annihilation. Thanks for watching.
Bye!